1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Welcome back, and let me simulate this particular example for you, right? Imagine you are in the bookstore. I will get to a point, I promise, okay? But imagine yourself in a bookstore and you're looking around, you're searching for your next read, maybe for a vacation, maybe just for the weekend, maybe for the next month, whatever it is. You are in the bookstore, you're looking for a book, and finally you stumble upon two books. You decide that you like the premise, you like the general presentation, and you like the author or whatever. You pick up two books. The first book, okay? Let's look at the first book. The first book follows the story of heroes, right? It follows 5 or 6 or 2 or 3 heroes that are trying to save the world from being destroyed by some monstrosity, right? But the second book actually follows the story of a little girl who is in a little village, in a little country, who has no parents. She is an orphan, and maybe let's say she is particularly good at stealing stuff, so she can survive and not die. There are others maybe who will try to kill her. She doesn't know who her parents are, and what ends up happening is that she's looking for her parents as she is trying to survive in a terrible country. Now I ask you the following question, okay? Finally we have arrived at the point. Just ask yourself the question, which one of these two particular examples, these two books, would engage you more? I reckon to most people, they would want to know about this little girl in a little village and her struggles to survive, her struggles to find, basically her mother or father or parents, right? And to survive. This is an issue that I have lately had with fantasy. And it's that when you read a lot of fantasy books that are being released nowadays, ton of these authors, literally a mountain of these authors are obsessed with ending the world. And lately this has become just so unengaging and so uninteresting to me, and I hope that is the case for you. But I will give you a particular example, right? A book that you can pick up right now, start reading it after you finish watching this video. This book is called Assassin's Apprentice. It's the first of many books, I believe a trilogy, okay? And it is actually a great book series, and you should pick it up, and it shows why, and how precisely you could fix this issue, right? Another example, okay? To explain this particular point that I will have, let's simulate another particular example for you, right? Imagine yourself as a writer. You have a conflict where the world is ending, okay? You can write this in two ways. First approach, let's call it the Fitz approach, okay? The Fitz titling the protagonist of Assassin's Apprentice. But let's have another one, another version 2. Let's call it the Martinian approach, named after George R. R. Martin. By the way, I'm just naming this stuff as I'm going, so these are not official names. I'm just making up terminology so we can discuss this particular issue. You can either have the conflict that is going to end the world in the background, like George R. R. Martin in A Song of Ice and Fire. The White Walkers are always crawling in, right? Basically, as the saying goes in Game of Thrones, winter is coming.
Winter is coming.
As winter is coming, we have a lot of these other events that happen in the story that are a lot more interesting, right? That are way more interesting than, basically the White Walkers, right? We have politics, we have character drama, and these events are a lot more engaging to us on a personal level than the world is going to end when winter comes, right? So George R. R. Martin, the way he does it is very nice. It's very beautiful because it means you can have the little girl in a terrible country trying to survive scenario while you are also ending the world, because there is an advantage to ending the world. Mathematically speaking, it's just spectacle, okay? Spectacle sells. It's a marketing gimmick to end the world. Meaning you are going to be marketable, but much like how George R. R. Martin does it, you're going to be able to also have, the personal struggle and personal engagement that comes from a story that is actually nice to follow, that we care on an emotional level, okay? Let's come to Assassin's Apprentice, right? In Assassin's Apprentice, Fitz the author of this particular story, Robin Hobb, in general, the way Robin Hobb fixes the issue of the world is ending not being engaging to humans is by actually not doing it, by focusing on the personal. And I wanted to give this example precisely. Why? Because it's a fantasy story that fixes the world is ending problem, but it still manages to be successful. It still manages to be great and well solved. Because the issue here is the world is ending is such a nice marketing gimmick, and you can use it and it will sell more. Your book will sell more. But Robin Hobb solves the whole issue by just focusing on fits, by making the story extremely personal. So either do what George R. R. Martin does. In other words, it's also like Brandon Sanderson does this, right? There are so many other authors that use this particular approach of the world is ending, yes, but it is going to end. Today, we have this particular boy who is struggling to pay the rent and the landlord is being an asshole, right? So generally speaking, you have authors solving this problem by doing the George R. R. Martin approach. George R. R. Martin did not invent it by any means necessary, okay? It's just, you know, Game of Thrones, winter's coming. It's very famous and it's the perfect example. It literally nails what I'm trying to point to, right? That way you can have the personal. Or you can do what Robin Hobb does and always have a story that is completely personal. But never forget, do not sacrifice the personal. We humans will read your story only for the personal, because that is what is engaging to us and nothing else, literally. Okay, as far as I know, I don't care about the White Walkers coming to invade. I don't really care about Thanos snapping his finger. And so I want fantasy authors to literally stop this garbage where they seem to be writing book after book after book of ending the world. The Dark Lord has come back. That needs to finish. And this is the particular fantasy book example that solves that problem, that destroys that problem, that literally cuts its head off, right? And that book is Assassin's Apprentice. How to write a proper fantasy that we actually care about, and along the way, in the process, make sure that your story is beloved, right? Because Fitz is very beloved. Yeah, Fitz is very famous. So yeah, that is the point. That is the summary of the point. Ending the world is not engaging. How can you do otherwise? By either doing it like George R. R. Martin, winter is coming, the world is going to end. Or you can do what Robin Hobb does and make sure that your story is personal. It's not, ooh, the world is going to end, now we must hide, we have to run and so on and so forth, right? So yeah, thank you for watching. Have a nice day and bye-bye.